everyone, today I will be reviewing this brand new movie just dropped on Netflix called Ihostage, and this movie it is from Dutch, and this movie it is actually based on a true story. And in this movie you see this guy, he was in Apple store to buy this AirPod for himself when this Apple store basically get hijacked by this guy. He take hostage of everybody who was there in that store. And yeah, so watching this movie, it was interesting, I must say. The first act for this movie is really interesting, and while watching this movie I had no idea like this movie it is based on true story. So because when I was watching this movie I was thinking, how come this movie it is about a Apple store being taken over by this person? Why it's not on Apple TV, it's on Netflix? So you have to wonder like why it's here. uh because it is based on true event, I guess anybody can make. And well, I don't know if Apple paid for this, because watching this movie you feel like you are watching the ad for them. So yeah, I don't know if they paid for this movie or not, because watching this movie it is a little bit ridiculous. It's on Netflix and Apple has their own TV. So is this movie entertaining? So this movie kind of follows all the hostage takeover movie follows basically. And we see this guy who takes over the store. He is actually wearing this thing under his jacket, cannot say the word, but that if you don't listen to him, obviously he will blow the store and everything. So uh I thought the first act for this movie it is very interesting. And but as it goes on, I feel like this movie's biggest problem is it's not as intense as it should have been. Like, especially whenever hostages take over, movies are usually very intense, especially every time this hostage takeover happen in a bank or something. So this is in an Apple store. And yeah, the police immediately they kind of show up in the scene and everything. Yeah, well, I thought this movie was okay, but it isn't as intense as it could have been, especially the last act for this movie. I thought personally it was really easy. Like, they took down the guy so easily. Then again, throughout the movie, you see like he does have some mental problems. So maybe that's why I feel like overall this movie it did looked really good. Like this movie's production design and the location. Overall, this movie looks good. It's just that like as a movie, it isn't very intense. There's no there's a bunch of characters, they're trying to negotiate with this guy and everything, but I never felt intense or anybody except the guy who was kidnapped there. And except him, anybody was in real danger in this movie. You know what I mean? Like, and that one person is like just one person is doing this, and the reason behind it, it was okay, I guess, because maybe because it is based on a real life story. Maybe that's why it isn't as intense or action packed as it could have been, I suppose. There's I'm not sure why it isn't. All the acting in this movie is okay, I will say. The lead actor, the guy who was actually the hostage in this movie, I thought he was also okay, I guess. The guy who took them, the person who is responsible for the hostage person, he was really just not that scary, honestly. I mean, I get it, why he's not scary once again. But he was really not threatening or anything. He was not doing anything insane that you were scared of him, I felt like. And there was a bunch of people who got locked themselves in the room. Those people were also useless. Like, this movie, never you felt like any of these people were in real danger. And that is watching this movie, I felt like, I was like, although the first act, I was thinking something insane will happen. But it doesn't. Overall, it's just an okay movie, I thought. It's not bad by any mean, because this movie does looks good. Acting is okay. It's just an okay movie overall, honestly. It's not as intense as it could have been, if I'm being honest here. My biggest thing is felt like watching an ad for Apple TV. or Apple store. That's what I was thinking watching it, and that was my thought on this. Let me in the comment, what do you think about this movie? If you enjoyed this review, don't forget other reviews on other movies. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Please take care.